Hey, this is Peter Schrager. This is the Week 17 Fox NFL cheat sheet. Here are 5 things to look for in this weekend's game. Number one, the Jets are alive, and they were not alive last Thursday when they lost to the Jaguars. Everyone in the building was like, you could hear a pin drop. The season's done. It's over. They've lost all these games in a row. They lost to Jacksonville at home, and they got everything they needed to happen over the weekend. They needed the Patriots to lose. The Patriots lost. They needed the Raiders to lose. The Raiders lost. They needed the Dolphins to lose. The Dolphins lost. The Jets are suddenly alive, and if they win out these last two games against the Seahawks in Seattle and in Miami, and if the Patriots drop one, the Jets are in the playoffs. And I've spoken to guys in that Jets coaching staff this week. They feel pretty good about their chances. Mike White goes in there, and now you have an upgrade at the quarterback position from what they were getting from Zach Wilson. And you have a Seattle team that has not played well or looked good since their Germany trip where they lost to the Buccaneers. And that was in November. I think the Jets have a shot here, and I wouldn't be shocked if Mike White lifts them all. Look for Garrett Wilson to have a bigger day, and look for the defense to step up. The Jets suddenly alive. I couldn't imagine that less than a week ago. Number two, everyone wants Justin Jefferson to win the MVP. Here's the truth of it. He's not going to win the MVP. I know the voters. I know how it goes. They don't vote for players other than quarterback to win the MVP. But if ever there was a player that deserves it, Justin Jefferson does. And it's not just the numbers. This guy might eclipse 2,000 yards as a receiver, which is insane. He's going to lead the league in catches, which is amazing. But he also does it when it matters. This is the numbers that I love. Like, he's got 168 receiving yards on game-winning drives alone. They're 11-0 in one-score games, and in those one-score games, it seems like it's Jefferson every time on those drives. And last week against the Giants, 2 third-down conversions on that final drive, especially that last one where it was the all-out blitz. They get it to him in the screen. He gets it there, and then Greg Joseph hits a 61-yarder. I love Justin Jefferson. I want him to win the MVP. I think it would be great for the league. Justin Jefferson is not going to win the MVP. If Cooper Kupp didn't get a single vote last year, I think it's really hard to take this award away from who I think is going to win it, Mr. Patrick Mahomes. Number three, don't count the Dolphins out yet. I know Tua's not going to be on the field on Sunday when they play the Patriots, but Teddy Bridgewater will. And Teddy Bridgewater, if he's proved us anything over the course of his NFL career, he's a serviceable quarterback. And despite losing 4 straight games and not winning a game in the month of December, I think the Dolphins defense played really well last week against the Packers. They were put in some really bad spots by the offense. And obviously, with what happened with the fourth quarter, 3 interceptions, we look back at it now, Tua was concussed. The defense played well. Aaron Rodgers did not light that team up. I think the Dolphins can go into New England, and I think they can win that game, and I think they can do it with Teddy Bridgewater. I know everyone's off the Dolphins bandwagon. I actually think there were some really redeeming things about the defensive effort in that game last week, and that includes an onside kick that put them in a terrible, situation as a defense. 3 interceptions put them in a terrible situation as defense. All the turnovers, the Mostert fumble, everything. And yet the Dolphins, they were still hanging in there because that defense. I kind of like the Dolphins this week in New England, setting up a big Week 18 matchup with the Jets. Number 4, COBIE Durant. Get to know that name. That's a cool name if you're an NBA fan. COBIE and Durant. And COBIE Durant had a breakout performance on Christmas Day against the Broncos. Was all over the field. Had 2 interceptions. One of them a pick 6, which Amazon Next Gen Stats charted as the fastest running player in the entire NFL last week. Durant's really good. He's a 4th-round rookie, and he hasn't been on the field. He got hurt early on in the season, but now with these last few weeks, the Rams are like, let's see what we got from our young guys, and COBIE Durant stepped up. I expect a lot more of them. See, this is what happens when teams feel like the season's lost and gone and everyone's injured. Younger guys do step up, and COBIE Durant is stepping up. I'm excited to see what he does against the Chargers on Sunday. Last but not least, here's to Daniel Jones giving the Giants fans a New Year's treat. It's going to be New Year's Eve in New York City on Saturday night. Everyone's going to be partying. And then Sunday, everyone's going to be waking up with all glossy eyes, and you're going to turn on the game. And the Giants are at home against a listless Colts team. And here's this Giants team that I don't think anybody in a million years before this season thought would A, make it to the playoffs, and B, be able to clinch a playoff spot in Week 17, not even Week 18, Week 17. Here's to Daniel Jones, giving those Giants fans a New Year's treat and a New Year's resolution to never count out these Giants ever again. Last week's loss, that hurt, but yet they played tough. They fought back. I don't see the Giants slipping up against the Colts. I see them taking care of business, and I see the New York Giants in the playoffs in 2023, then we'll see. They're not a team I would want to face. They're tough. Wink Martindale's defense flies. Daniel Jones has been playing good football of late. Daniel Jones, don't do this to Giants fans. Let them have a nice and easy New Year's Day. We got a great week of football up ahead. So many different teams trying to fight for playoff spots and get into the playoffs and the other teams to lose. You're going to be watching it on Fox all weekend. If you want more of my stuff, it's at the Fox Sports Digital app or follow me on Twitter. Enjoy the games, everyone, and be safe this New Year's weekend.